This just in, guys, President-elect Trump was just handed the trifecta of wins as the House majority was just announced in favor of Republicans. And liberals are just losing their minds. But here's a viral video of Annie Dunleavy. She's a special education teacher at Chapman School in Connecticut who reportedly posted a video online threatening to kill and hurt Trump supporters. Watch.
And people of color and poor people and gay people and all the people that I care about aren't going to be safe in America. Neither the fuck are you guys. Just because you won doesn't mean we don't remember who the fuck you voted for. You're not in the clear. And just please don't test your gangster on me, because you will end on a stretcher, gone forever. So serious. Nobody fucking talk to me unless you want to swing. If you want to fight, text me, call me, whatever. Anybody else, stay the fuck out of my face. And if you voted for Trump, literally, please delete me, block me, get rid of everything of me, or step to me so that I know what's up and I can handle you how I see fit. Please just come forward. We fucking know. Just tell me or leave. Please, the door.
Now, seriously, that woman is a teacher? She should not be anywhere near school children, if you ask me. But yeah, more on that a little bit later in today's video, including how she's already been put on leave because of her threats to Trump supporters. But first, we got to talk about the big news, guys. Republicans keeping control of the House with at least 219 seats projected already, meaning Trump's got the trifecta of Washington, D.C., you guys. Here's a breakdown. Watch.
But in the meantime, with Republicans projected to keep control of the House, it means the party will have full control over Congress as well as the White House. NewsNation and our partners at DDHQ, the first to make that call when it came down last night. Republicans will have at least 219 seats when the new Congress is sworn in, although the GOP's majority will be slim, with a number of races in California still not called. So let's bring in NewsNation's Joe Khalil, live for us there on Capitol Hill. And Joe, we heard from House Republican leadership just a short time ago. What are they saying?
Yeah, the first time we've heard from them together from the steps of the Capitol after the election results. And some of this was a bit of a victory lap. You heard Speaker Johnson, you heard Majority Leader Scalise discussing those things, talking about how they now have what they view as a mandate to help get Donald Trump's agenda forward, and that they're going to try to do that. In fact, they're already looking at steps and ways they can do that. When we talk about the House majority, though, Nicole, it is very slim. We know they're going to win the House. It's still a question as to by how much, but what we know is it is going to be really close. They can't afford to lose too many votes, and already Donald Trump has made that majority a little bit thinner by plucking 2 House Republicans for his cabinet. And actually, we heard Majority Leader Steve Scalise address some of that challenge. This is what he said.
And you can see his resolve already and how quickly he's making really good, smart picks. I know he's already pulled a few really talented people out of the House. Hopefully no more for a little while until special elections can come.
Hopefully no more for a little while. Again, referring to Elise Stefanik and Michael Waltz. Now, what we remember from this current Congress over the last 2 years, Nicole, is Republicans had a hard time passing certain pieces of legislation because they couldn't get their own members on board all the time. So again, losing 2 members when you have a majority of effectively 4 people may actually hinder some of the legislation in the first 100 days. We're going to have to see. The Speaker says this time around, rather than in 2017 when Trump won the first time, they have a plan in place. They know what they're doing. They're better prepared to carry out President Trump's agenda. But time will tell. We'll see pretty soon.
Yeah, certainly.
Well, that's a majority across the board. No excuses now, right? They've got to drain the swamp. Congress is for sure to help with that. Plus, Trump's already setting up his cabinet for success. Liberals just can't handle Donald Trump's latest appointee, former ICE Director Tom Homan, as the president-elect's incoming border czar. Watch.
Trump is assembling his team and making the liberals scream. The president-elect tapping Tom Homan for border czar in charge of mass deportations. The former acting ICE director reacting on something called Fox and Friends.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, it's on. Is it on this channel?
Morning, maybe?
I don't know.
Kilmeade's on that show.
Ah, that explains it. Where he vowed to end the crisis.
public safety threats and national security threats will be the priority, because they have to be. They pose the most danger to this country. I don't care if you're a Republican, a Democrat, or independent. Border security is national security. I've seen some of these Democratic governors say they're going to stand in the way. They're going to make it hard for us. Well, a suggestion: if you're not going to help us, get the hell out of the way, because we're going to do it. To the American people, President Trump is going to secure this border. He's going to save American lives.
You know, Judge, you got to hand it to him. He does look like the Wall. I think he means business. You know what I mean? This is not somebody who's trying to win a popularity contest.
No, in fact, he said he doesn't give a damn, if you'll excuse my English, what anybody thinks of him. He's got a job to do. He's going to do it. He was in the first Trump administration. He has been a stalwart supporter of the president during the last 4 years. Look, the president has a mandate. Popular vote, the Electoral College. The American people want this. And right now, they're estimating that there are 20 million illegals in this country. And when you try to assess who's going to be deported, Homan said the bottom line is if you come into this country illegally, you're not off the table. So I say to myself, I suspect they're going to start with the criminals. All right. The first, it's the felons, the violent felons, and then it's the criminals. And then it's going to be, what about those people who had appointments for asylum and then never went to court? They should be deported immediately as well. So they're going to try to revive the Remain in Mexico. They're going to try to get these individuals to stay in a third country. And all of these governors, they can resist all they want, but 75 million Americans want this done. And what I think is interesting, Greg, is that they said that Homan was also in charge of all maritime and aviation security, which tells me that it's not just the people at the border, it's the bringing in of drugs, I imagine, and other things in terms of air and water. So, you know, the Dems fear mongering, as they will definitely do, they're not going to have any credibility because they don't really have an audience anymore. This is what the American people want.
So yeah, before we continue with Donald Trump's latest cabinet appointees, why don't we just take a second to talk about what happened to Chapman School special education teacher Annie Dunleavy, who said that she would put Trump supporters on a stretcher if they tested their gangster on her. Okay, now you've already heard her from the viral video earlier. She said, nobody effing talk to her unless you want to swing. If you want to fight, text her, call her, whatever anybody else, stay the F out of her face. Whoo. Hey, her words, guys, not mine. And so now the Connecticut teacher was placed on leave after Cheshire Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Jeff Solon, he was notified about the video. Now, according to his message to the school community, they're reviewing the situation as a personal matter and following all applicable laws. But he also added that it is immediately clear that it will be impossible to conduct business as usual for their students and staff without temporarily removing the teacher from the building. So we've done so until the outcome of this investigation. Now, let me ask you guys real quick. Do you think she should just be temporarily removed from the building or should she be permanently fired? Y'all let me know. Local police, the Cheshire Police Department, they wrote in a statement that they were also aware of the recent social media post and that an investigation was initiated. Parents and community members also spoke up and they said that they wanted her gone. One Cheshire parent, Ian Actel, told News 3 that Dunleavy is a teacher and educator educating their kids. So she needs to be cognitive. I think she meant cognizant of who's going to hear what she says, whether it's not intended for the public or not. I mean, seriously, guys, President-elect Trump was the one who was nearly assassinated twice, and they're not looking into these threats more seriously? Unbelievable. These people have got to stop threatening Trump supporters, you know what I mean? And while we're at it, they've also got to stop threatening Trump with violence too. Like it or not, he's going to be the 47th president of the United States, so we need to get behind him and work for an actually united country. Am I right, guys? Drop a quick yes in the comments down below. Hit the like button if you guys agree. But yeah, so moving on to the more exciting part of the video, President-elect Donald Trump winning the trifecta of control of Washington as Republicans are projected to keep control of the House of Representatives. Decision Desk HQ projected the House won its 218th seat Monday. That is the number needed for the majority in the lower chamber. That's right, you guys. Republicans were actually able to save some of their most vulnerable incumbents, including Representatives Don Bacon and David Vallado, while defeating several vulnerable Democratic incumbents. Pennsylvania State Representative Ryan Mackenzie unseated Representative Susie Wiles, while businessman Rob Bresnahan defeated Representative Matt Cartwright. Those results made up for some GOP losses. 3 first-term New York Republicans, Representatives Anthony D'Esposito, Mark Molinaro, and Brandon Williams lost their re-election bids, as did Representative Lori Chavez DeRemer in Oregon. Now, as of the time of this video, we're still waiting on the final House breakdown, as ballots were still being counted for several races in California, but Republicans are expected to have another slim majority heading into the new Congress. Yeah, so meaning it's just a matter of how big of a majority House Speaker Mike Johnson's gonna have. But Trump is pretty confident about the whole thing. He gave the speaker a shout out in his victory speech from Palm Beach, Florida in the early hours of Wednesday. He said that it looks like we will be keeping control of the House of Representatives. So he thanked Mike Johnson and said that he's doing a terrific job. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and House GOP Chair Elise Stefanik also joined Trump at Mar-a-Lago to celebrate the victory. Definitely a united party that we're seeing for once in Washington, right? In fact, it's been confirmed by a lot of sources that top House Republicans have been working with Senate Republicans for months on legislative plans that they can quickly send to Trump in the first 100 days of total Republican control. Some of the things that they're prioritizing: extending the tax cuts passed in Donald Trump's first term, boosting border wall funding, repealing climate initiatives, and promoting school choice. We're still not sure though if Johnson's going to be keeping his job as House Speaker though. I mean, they did oust former House Speaker Kevin McCarthy, and Johnson's not exactly popular among all House Republicans. He has faced opposition from a few hardline conservatives and already survived one attempt to remove him earlier this year, led by Representatives Marjorie Taylor Greene and Thomas Massie. He even had to ask for help from House Democrats to stop that attempt. To keep the gavel, Mike Johnson's going to have to secure a majority vote on the House floor when it convenes on January 3rd, 2025, requiring near unanimous Republican support. So we gonna see, guys. But really, the headline here is still that Republicans have full control now, as the battle for the House was considered nearly as close as the race was for the White House, with battleground districts stretching from coast to coast. But as we've seen, Trump has prevailed and the Republican Congress is ready to back him up. Now, let's take a look at the rest of Trump's army, his cabinet picks. So far, Trump has only confirmed some of the names, though others have been leaked to the media. So here's a roundup of who will be joining Donald Trump's cabinet. So Chief of Staff Susie Wiles, the woman with the plan. Wiles was known, or very well known, for heading Donald Trump's successful campaign this year, having run Trump's campaign operations in Florida in 2016. She maintained close ties with the president-elect throughout the Biden administration and signed on as CEO of Donald Trump's Save America PAC in 2021. Now, as Trump said in her appointment statement, Susie is tough, smart, innovative, and is universally admired and respected. Susie will continue to work tirelessly to make America great again. It is a well-deserved honor to have Susie as the first ever female chief of staff in the United States history. Wow. Now, another woman with a plan, Trump's new United Nations ambassador, Elise Stefanik. I mean, the New York Republican representative and current House GOP conference chair has been a very reliable attack dog for Trump in Congress. Trump also announced Florida Republican representative and former Army Green Beret Mike Waltz would be his national security advisor. Now, as Trump described him, Mike retired as a colonel and is a nationally recognized leader in national security, a best-selling author, and an expert on the threats posed by China, Russia, Iran, and global terrorism. We've also got Israel Ambassador Mike Huckabee, the former governor of Arkansas and a staunch supporter of Israel. Trump said Mike loves Israel and the people of Israel, and likewise, the people of Israel love him. He also said that Mike will work tirelessly to bring about peace in the Middle East. Then, of course, there's Trump's new EPA administrator, Zeldin, a former House Republican from New York who had a notably strong showing in the race for governor against Kathy Hochul in 2022. Now, during that race, he called for New York to lift its ban on fracking. And here's something interesting. As I was literally making this video, President-elect Donald Trump just announced that Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will be leading his very new Department of Government Efficiency. Check out the clip. Watch.
This is another Fox News alert. President Trump has just announced Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy will lead the Department of Government Efficiency. That's D-O-G-E. Doge? Now, Trump released a statement saying it will become potentially the Manhattan Project of our time. The Department of Government Efficiency will provide advice and guidance from outside of the government and will partner with the White House and Office of Management and Budget to drive large-scale structural reform and create an entrepreneurial approach to government never seen before.
So Trump said that the pair will work together to dismantle government bureaucracy, slash excess regulations, cut wasteful expenditures, and restructure federal agencies. Oh, I'm ready for that. Basically, the agency will be focused on creating a more efficient U.S. government that looks to make life better for all Americans. Wow, guys. Definitely big things to expect from this Doge. Or like the popular meme is called Doge as in Dogecoin. But really, guys, what really caught people's attention is Trump's announcement of Tom Homan as his border czar. The former acting director of the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement was an architect of Trump's zero tolerance policy during his first administration. And so many people blame him and his policies for family separations at the border. But what these critics don't really talk about is that Homan has served under 6 administrations and presidents in both parties, dating all the way back to the Reagan era as a rank-and-file border patrol agent. But he got his big promotion as executive associate director of enforcement and removal operations for ICE under President Obama. So it's not a partisan decision. Even Democrats would have to get mad at Barack Obama because he gave him his biggest promotion. As Donald Trump wrote, there's nobody better at policing the borders. And he also said that Tom Homan will be in charge of all deportation of illegal aliens back to their country of origin, and that he has no doubt that he will do a fantastic and long-awaited job. So what do you guys think? Is Donald Trump all set for success, especially with all the new members to his administration and Congress majority? Drop a quick yes in the comment section down below. Let me know what you guys think. And while I'm working on the next video, guys, why not check out our other videos on the channel? Now, I highly recommend that you guys check out our recent upload where I discuss Kamala Harris blowing through her $1 billion campaign war chest. And somehow she managed to magnificently end up owing vendors like $20 million. For real, guys, you got to check out the footage to prove it. But anyway, I just want to thank you guys so much for hitting the like button. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. I'll see you guys next time. I read a book a long time ago, and it basically said something that was really powerful and profound to me. And it said something along the lines of, look at your 5 closest friends, and typically your income is an average of your 5 closest friends. Now, with that being said, I was kind of like thinking, okay, well, how do I find people who made way more than me so I could increase my chances of having a higher income? I mean, it only made sense, right? For less than a cup of coffee a day, for less than $1 a day, join a powerful network of people who are ready to change their lives for the better. And I will be putting a limit on this group, so get in while you can. Be positively motivated by others who are also on the same pursuit. So I'm going to leave a link for you guys so you can join me over on the Life Pursuit Network in the description down below this video. So check it out, guys, and let's not be a victim of this great wealth transfer that is taking place right now.